I'm going to introduce our first guest speaker at the moment. It's Paul Weston from Liberty GB. Paul. So Mr. Weston's going to come up and have a speech for us now. Thank you all for coming again.
Hello there. You know, it is so good to see this many people turning out for the first Pegida rally. Thank you so much for coming out. Fantastic, fantastic. It does me a power of good to see this. It is just brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Pegida for asking me to come here today. Now, we all know why we're here. We are here because nobody else really who should be talking about the problems in this country are talking about it. It shouldn't be down to us to come here and explain that although there are moderate Muslims in this country, Islam is not a religion of peace. It is exactly. It is an ideology and a political organisation which promotes violence, warfare, terror and submission before Allah. Now we need to wake up in this country about the situation we're in. And you look at the news over the last few days, we have had these 3 girls going over to Syria, and apparently everybody is really concerned about this. Our whole intelligence services are trying to get them back. Well listen, we don't want them back. Go away, get out. And when you look at the amount of trouble they've gone to for these 3 girls, and you compare it to the absolute ignoring the situation with the 1,400 girls in Rotherham, the girls all around this country, what on earth is going on with our media, with our political class, to put us as second-class citizens in our country and put these other people, these alien colonisers, before us? It is just astonishing. And the other story in the week was the one third of Muslims in this country think that it is okay to kill journalists, thank you for that, to kill journalists who are exposing the truth about the sort of person Muhammad was. 1/3. There are 3 to 4 million people in this Muslims in this country. 1/3 are a million people who have no objection to killing us if we insult the Prophet Muhammad. Well, all right. Who is the Prophet Muhammad? Look at this guy. Look at this guy today.
He's a pedo! Muhammad's a pedo! He's a paedophile! Muhammad's a pedo!
Look at this guy, Jihadi John. It turns out, of course, that his name is actually Muhammad. Now there is a surprise. And what's he doing out there in Libya or Syria or wherever he is? He is doing nothing that the Prophet Muhammad did not personally do himself. Did Muhammad, the Prophet, behead people? Yes, he did. Did he take girls as sex slaves? Yes, he did. Did he wage jihad? Yes, he did. And now we've got our own little pocket Muhammad over there doing exactly the same thing, and all of the media and political class in this country are saying, what happened to him? What on earth led this nice, well-educated young man from Westminster University to go over there and start chopping off English people's heads? Well, it's quite simple. He has not been radicalised by some peculiar imaginary ideology. He has taken the words of the Quran at their literal value. When Muhammad said, I have been commanded to wage war against all mankind until they testify there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger, that is what Jihadi John is doing in Libya. It's literal, it's real. And when Muhammad said, I will instill terror into the hearts of the disbelievers, strike at their necks, That is what Jihadi John is doing in Libya. It is nothing to do with some perverted ideology that he has taken. It is the literal words of the Quran, and it's about bloody time everybody in this country understood this is a book of hatred, terror and submission. Now, I've been talking to some of the media during the week, some of the BBC people, and they said, what are you going to be talking about when you do this Pegida rally? And I said, I'm going to be talking about the truth, because you are not hearing the truth. And they said to me, are you an Islamic scholar? Do you know the Quran? And I said, no, I'm not an Islamic scholar, but I know what it says in the Quran. And they say, well, tell me one thing it says in there that you think is a bad verse. So you tell them a bit, any one of them really, but the most important one is, I have been ordered to fight all men until blah blah blah. That is a call to war. And when I say this to them, they don't say, is that really true? They just gloss over it and they say, ah, but you're just inciting hatred. We are not here today to incite hatred. We are here today to get the truth about this disgusting, backward, savage, barbarian, supremacist ideology masquerading as a religion called Islam. Pure, unadulterated Islam. It is a problem. And the other story during the week was the numbers that are growing. Apparently, amongst the young, it was 5% a decade ago. Today it's 10%. In 10 years' time, it will be 20%, and in 20 years' time, 40%. At that point, this is an Islamic country. And if anybody thinks that we are all going to coexist peacefully because we live in a multicultural nirvana, Islam is monocultural. Islam does not like you. You are unclean, infidel kafir. They have no love of you. They have no love of our democracy. They have no love of our traditions, our history, our heritage, and they are ordered to take us over, and that is exactly what they will do if we quietly do nothing. We have to fight back, and what we have is the truth on our side. And this is why they say, no platform for the right. This is why Russell Brand and George Galloway and the soap dodgers behind us. A traitor to his country, an absolute traitor to his country, a most disgusting man you have ever hoped to see in your life. And Russell Brand, who is Russell Brand? Russell Brand is this guy that wants to see a revolution in this country. Well, he will have his revolution. If he lets things go the way they go, there will be a revolution from the Islamic side of it, and the first person they will string up from a lamppost is Russell Brand. So maybe it's not such a bad thing if they take over. At least he'll be gone. Now look, I think I've got 10 minutes up here. I think I'm just about up. But again, thank you all so much for coming out here today. And I will see you again at another venue, maybe even Manchester soon. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you.